Hello, Abby here from the Royal Armouries education team, and on this instalment of our Home Learners Hub, we'll be continuing with part 2 of our ancient Greek myth, all about Perseus and Medusa. So, we left off with Perseus having been tricked by the evil King Polydectes, tricked into bringing back the head of the Gorgon Medusa. Perseus, he then went home to his mother Danae, and she'd been waiting up for him. But upon hearing the news of what's happened, well, she couldn't help but hang her head and sigh. Oh, Perseus, do you have any idea what you've gotten yourself into? Perseus, he just shrugged. And Danae went on to tell him what we already know, that Medusa has got hair made out of snakes and eyes which can turn a person to stone. Perseus starts to look a little bit more frightened at this point, but it's all right because Danae has got a surprise, some good news at last, for she has been keeping a secret. Do you think you might know what the secret might be? I'm afraid to say it's not that she can create ice cream out of thin air. It's nearly as good though. Zeus, king of the gods, Zeus. Well, that's Perseus's dad. Can I get a gasp of surprise, please? Perseus, he knew this adventure was going to be hard work, and he was going to need all the help he could get. So, he made his way for Mount Olympus, home of the gods. He trekked through forests, hiked up mountains, and eventually the sky around him turned into a glittering gold. In front of him sat 4 gods. The first, Zeus. He handed him a sword, for every hero should have a weapon. And then Hades, god of the underworld. He also had a gift for Perseus. A helmet, just like the one we mentioned back in part 1, this one, do you remember? But this was no ordinary helmet. This helmet could turn a person invisible. What do you think you'd do if you were invisible? I think I would go into the kitchen and I would get as much ice cream as I could eat. On with the story. So Athena is next. She gives Perseus a shield, but warns him that should he not polish this shield, he will surely fail. And last, but by no means least, is Hermes, messenger god, protector of travellers. He gives Perseus a pair of winged sandals. Sandals that will help him fly through the sky. Well, Perseus is finally starting to look like the hero he is destined to be. Stand like a hero for me. Come on, feet apart, shoulders back, nose in the air. And don't forget your weapons. Well, I'm afraid that brings us to the end of part 2. Why not try writing your own list of gifts that you would have wanted from the gods if it had been you going on this adventure? But remember, these gifts can be absolutely anything. They can even have magical powers. So use your imagination and be really descriptive when you're writing these down. If you are struggling for any inspiration, do go on the Royal Armouries collections page. Have a look at all the different armours and weapons that you might want. And then make sure to send me your ideas and join me for part 3.